scene, but that's okay. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Side Tangent. Woo! Parker has some blueberries.
Yeah,
you can't hear it. You can't hear it.
I'm rubbing two blueberries together. That's
I'm gonna take these headphones off because I can't even hear anything. But
that's fair. I guess I can take mine off too.
Oh, okay, so we're twinning. Well, it's been a minute, Parker.
It has been a minute.
We've been busy. We both just finally walked at graduation. I finally graduated. Took some trips. Just got busy with life. But we're back.
We're back.
How's it going, Parker?
It's going great. Yes, as mentioned before, I was able to walk. I'm surprised. Everyone else is surprised. Yes. But I did what I've sworn I'd do for a long time and snuck a Nintendo Switch to my graduation and played
Legendary
Mario Kart while
I'll put
going
a picture
through.
in the TikTok.
Yeah, because there's so much waiting in graduation. I don't like the pomp and circumstance of an option.
It's so overrated.
It kind of
when I walked, I got there at the end and I'm like, well, I can't believe I spent 5 years waiting for this moment. Like it really is very anticlimactic. Me and the people sitting next to me, we played Uno on our phones.
Love it.
While we were waiting. And one of my friends from shout out Cam. Sometimes he listens to this. Shout out Cam. He started watching some Jujutsu Kaisen while we were sitting there. So yeah, it's dumb. Graduations are kind of overrated.
Like I'm grateful for the experiences I've learned, and I'm grateful for like the degree that I can put that on. But like the whole ceremony itself, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just long. And it was awkward because our student speaker, which I don't know if this works here at UVU, but at BYU, to be like the student speaker, you have to like audition for it. So like they asked to do it.
No, that doesn't work. They don't do that here.
It's really dumb to me.
You should have.
Well, yeah, if I knew, I probably would have, because I'm like, might as well. I'm in no way qualified like grade wise, but I think I could get it. I think I could.
You just get up like, hi, my name is Jared, and I'm from a hit podcast, Side Tangent. I'd like to tell you about
Side Tangent.
The tortoise and the hare. Or you could do. Oh my gosh!
This is a poem that I often refer to. It's called "Footprints in the Sand."
Or like,
what's not the fourth missionary?
Oh my! Or like you get up there, everyone claps. Like you stand up there and you're like, "Hey everyone, what's your type of girl?" Or oh crap!
What kind of girls do you like?
What does Toto say?
What kind of girls do you like?
What kind of girls do you like? Just start like making.
And then if someone says answer, then I just go beat them up.
You just want.
That would be a one for the books. Did you hear about
how Dwight?
This might be out. This might be. Wait, what?
How Dwight spoke?
No, that is cool though.
Okay,
Dwight
we'll get to that after.
Weber.
Yeah.
So this might be outdated news by the time this airs.
It probably
is. So at the time that we're filming this right now, there's a NFL kicker named Harrison Butker that just spoke at, I don't know what college it was.
I just heard about
he was pretty
this.
much saying that women should focus on being mothers,
like being homemakers. Yeah.
My mouth dropped. I was like, what? But I don't know, like, because this is most of the time I think this is a bad thing that BYU does, but I'm like, this would have been useful in this situation where BYU makes sure like you have to approve what you're saying beforehand. And I'm like, did no one check what he was going to say beforehand? Or did the school was like, that sounds good?
Well, did anyone like cut him off? Like,
no, he's finished the whole speech.
Because I would have like escorted him off the stage.
Yeah, yeah, they just let it go. I don't know what. Maybe it like. I was talking to Emily about it.
Okay.
It might. Maybe it's a very like a type of college, maybe a conservative, maybe that
like
kind
a
of
Christian school.
Yeah, maybe something like that. That's like the culture for it. Which in that case, I'm like, okay, it's cool and all, but I just don't see even like BYU. I don't even see them being that.
No.
Like I'm more critical about BYU now that I'm not there anymore. I loved it. Anyways.
But didn't he say more than just like? Wasn't he going on like?
He did mention something about men like trying to survive in this emasculating society, which I'm like, this is like, football is a hard sport.
Yeah.
He's a kicker.
Yeah.
Which isn't.
Why did they even ask him? Is he that important? Is an NFL person that important?
Maybe he's an alum and he's like, I mean, anyone in the NFL is famous and stuff. Like,
sure,
why did Weber ask Dwight Schrute to go on there? Who knows?
I don't know. Because everyone's obsessed with The Office.
You know who we had? We had freaking this. She was awesome, by the way, but she was like a news anchor in Arizona at one point. But she was a phenomenal speaker. Like, she just spoke really well. But it was just a random. I'm like, who decides this?
I don't want to put this on a tangent already because I'm excited for what we're talking about this episode. But like, let's say that you became a graduation planner who would be your dream person to have speak at a graduation?
I'm trying to think of someone I know would give a good speech.
Because I would like Terry Crews. I feel like he would give a
that'd
really
be
good
one.
speech.
That'd be a good one. There's a part of me that feels like John Cena would deliver awesome
that would be pretty...
an awesome speech, and then the whole time if he was at my graduation, the whole time I'd be there and be like, "Where's the speaker?"
Okay, like he walks up and he's like in the ropes and stuff, and he gives a really great speech, and then at the end, he like pile drives the stand, like just like breaks the booth or like beats up.
He goes on for like he purposely goes on for too long. When someone tries to escort him off, he just suplexes them into the podium.
Dude, Randy Macho Man Savage. Oh my gosh, I would be in heaven for just like however long he takes.
That would be, you know who else would actually be a good one? Is Sean Evans from Hot Ones.
Oh,
he would give a good speech.
Did he actually? I may have a false memory. I have a lot of false memories, but didn't he actually do that?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember now. He would be pretty awesome though.
And then throughout the speech, he takes a different hot wing and just eats it.
So by
the last stab is his final point.
He's just like you need to be strong in this world. Who's the worst person, like the most controversial person you could have?
That's alive?
Yeah, because
Kanye West.
I was gonna say like Kim Jong-un or whatever, but
that's
Kanye's pretty good too, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, probably a nerd. No, I'm kidding. Or some loser. Honestly, the worst. No, I'm kidding.
Didn't Jerry Seinfeld speak recently? It was controversial, but I can't remember why.
There's a really good Will Ferrell spoke at a commencement a few years back at USC. Mm-hmm. It was really good.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember anything about it, but I had to read it for class, and I remember really liking it. I need to go back and read it. But yeah, he's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, really cool.
I forget his name, but the voice actor for Sully. He's in a bunch of other things, but I know him.
Oh, jeez. Dude, I need to think of his name now. John Goodman.
Yeah. I would just
the voice.
Yeah, just like
James Earl Jones, dude.
Ooh, that would be great.
All right, well, I think that's it for that episode.
Let's call it.
Should I do this?
I'm really excited.
Okay. This is we've been alluding to something like this for a long time. And honestly, no one else might not like this except for us two, but that's okay. It's our podcast. We do whatever the freak we want.
I feel like people appreciate passion.
Yeah.
And it's something that you're passionate about, and I'm passionate about learning.
A big chunk of my education, and for some reason it's become like this has become like the information I've learned from this has become useful like a weird amount of times.
More than it should.
Yeah. And then so it's the reason why I know what each constellation, each zodiac sign, like what like animal or thing it represents. I know a lot about constellations because of the great hit show Beyblade.
Bakugan.
Specifically the metal. It was Beyblade.
I know.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
I just beat it.
So you don't even care. It's specifically the Beyblade Metal Series, which I watched a lot as like when I was in middle school. My brother and cousins and I, we used to buy the Beyblades and we used to like play with it all stuff. So Beyblade has a special place in my heart. Mm-hmm. And I go back and I watch clips from it today. And so today I'm going to give the lore and the story of Beyblade, and I summarized it. I have it all organized out so it's not like rambling on. And it made me realize that the story is actually kind of cool. But then it's realized like a lot of things, the story is cool, but the execution maybe not so much because the voice acting is absolutely atrocious in this show.
Well, the clips you showed me seemed pretty.
It's not a very.
The one
deep
guy
show.
seems cool.
Okay, so
but I'm excited for this too because I don't know. I know very little about Bakugan, but I know. But I know not a lot about Beyblade, but I'm a slut for lore, and I'm really glad that you're.
He's a dirty little slut for the lore.
Oh my gosh,
little lore.
I can't. Yo, that works. I've always tried to figure out an alliteration. Are we gonna coin
that right now? Is that our first?
I'm totally a lore.
All right, so I have a PowerPoint for Parker.
Do I have to cut that out? Would I have to edit the word?
We don't go to school anymore.
No, but I meant like, is that I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if it's that offensive. Cut it out just in case. Bleep it out just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, we wanna make sure we're being kosher here. So I have a PowerPoint for Parker.
Will you put it on TikTok? Can you?
I'll put the pictures on TikTok.
Okay.
But I just realized I can't see. So
you can back it up to your chest. Yeah. Nuzzle it up. Oh yeah, that works.
Okay.
Beyblade lore.
Beyblade Metal Master. So to clarify, there was an original Beyblade show and it was really good. And I haven't finished it, or I've watched it when I was even younger, and so I don't remember the lore for that. But Beyblade, the Metal Series, is something that sticks in my head a lot. So I'm gonna refer to a Beyblade. They call it a bay, like the bay in Beyblade, bay.
So the top itself is a bay.
Is a bay, and then the person who uses it is called a blader.
So they're not called Beyblades. It's just a combination of the bladers and the bays.
I don't know. I think the toy is called, because it's based off a toy. It's Beyblade. Because in the original series, they're called blades, and I don't know what the bladers are called. But
from here on out,
bay is the top. Bladers are the people that use it.
Okay.
The conduit, if you will. Actually, that's not the right word. Anyways, here we go. So there's 3 seasons, and we can we can stop after each season. I've condensed this down to information that's important.
Okay.
And then we can discuss each season.
We can have like a little quiz after.
Yeah, to see if you're actually paying attention.
Yeah.
So to start off, I already said the thing about the bay. Okay, there's these 2 Beyblades right here. So long ago in this world.
Is this a creation myth?
Not this one.
Okay.
Not at all, actually. So long ago, a meteorite hits the Earth, and the civilizations at the time, were able to harness its power. And so they harnessed into 2 different powers. So people started using some of the power for evil, and all that dark energy kind of went into, and it became tops for whatever reason. That's the lore. It just became a top, and it became a Beyblade. And so all the evil power, all the evil intended people, their dark energy and their evil energy kind of went into this Beyblade, this bay, and it created this one right here called Lightning El Drago.
Lightning El Drago.
El Drago, yes.
El Drago, okay.
Yeah, so Beyblades, they're named after, it has like a name and then the creature that it's named after. So Lightning El Drago.
Okay.
So it's like 2 names. And then the people that harnessed all the good energy and like try to do good things, and they kind of clashed throughout the years. It created this one called Storm Pegasus.
Storm Pegasus.
Yes.
So Lightning El Drago is the conduit of all the evil in the world.
Bad,
and then
good.
Storm Pegasus is all the good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the thing that's really important to know is that every single Beyblade spins right, except for El Drago. It spins left, which gives it this ability that it can steal power from other Beyblades.
Okay.
Making it almost unstoppable.
Are these like giant tops, or are they just like normal size
No,
tops?
it's like, you'll see some pictures. They can hold it like in the palm of their hands.
Okay.
So so that's really important to know, is that it spins left. The L in El Drago means left.
Oh, okay.
I think. Anyways, so then years later, fast forward to when the story starts. There's an organization called the Dark Nebula, and it's ran by this dude named Doji.
Okay.
And pretty much their goal is to try to get El Drago, because right now it's like crystallized in a mountain right now.
And I assume both tops have been lost for like centuries. Or
Storm Pegasus has it. They have Storm Pegasus.
Okay, so Storm Pegasus is a known
and
quantity.
the village that's like defending El Drago, like keeping people away from it, they use Storm Pegasus to keep people away from it.
Okay.
Except for this guy, Doji, he trains like this. His like pride and joy is our Lord and Savior, Ryuga, who is my favorite character in the show because he's the coolest character. And we're going to go more into about Ryuga, but pretty much Ryuga is the bad guy in this whole series, the first season. And so Ryuga steals El Drago. And
Ryuga looks pretty dope right now.
He's dope. He's probably the coolest looking character of all time. I'm not going to lie. Like, he's my I don't care what anyone says. He's the coolest character. Talk about someone who has aura, like when they walk into a room, is Ryuga. It's insane. Okay?
I just love... I'm already in love because it's just a top. It's just a top game.
It's just a top.
But there's already so much lore.
And it gets worse.
I love it. No, that's awesome.
Like, so Ryuga steals El Drago, and
from this village that the Storm Pegasus is guarding.
Yeah. Okay. And so the current user, Storm Pegasus, tries to stop him, and then he's defeated. And so Ryuga leaves with El Drago with the Dark Nebula organization.
Okay.
And so the person that he defeated happened to be the father of our main character, Jinga Hagane. And so Jinga inherits Storm Pegasus, and then his goal is to be the best blader in the world. And so he goes on his adventure. He's kind of looking for Ryuga, but he has no idea where he's at.
So does he know that Ryuga defeated his father?
Yes.
So he's kind of...
But like he wants to become the strongest.
Goal. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to become the strongest blader, but like at the beginning of the story, we don't know that that's his goal yet. His goal is to be the strongest blader. We don't know that he's trying to go after Ryuga.
Cool.
Anyways, so he goes on this venture, and then he meets a bunch of people along this way, yada yada. A lot of other characters fight. So I'm only going to introduce you to some of the important characters that he meets throughout the rest of the story. So 2 of the people is Kenta, this little guy right here.
Okay.
And he becomes like a really good friend of him. And Kenta uses a Beyblade called Flame Sagittario. Archer.
Sagittarius
after the constellation Sagittarius. The Archer. Yeah. And then he also meets he also meets one of his greatest rivals, which is Kiyoya, who uses Rock Leone or Lion.
Rock Lee. Okay.
Leone, yes. And so Kyoya is like one of his biggest rivals.
That's a cool like graffiti thing symbol. Like just so each one has kind of like a symbol
Yeah.
on it too.
So there's I could even go into like the parts of the Beyblade, but like the metal wheel is like the flame part. So this wheel in particular, the metal part is the flame wheel, and then this middle part is that's Sagittario. So flame Sagittario, and then this metal is rock, and then the green part is Leon.
Okay.
And then 2 other characters. So actually, I'm gonna back up for a quick second. So they go on this adventure, and pretty much the culminating part of the story is a great tournament called Neo Battle Bladers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so pretty much they have to do all these qualifications to get into the tournament. I think it's 12 people are in the tournament. Does that add up? That does add up. There's 12 people in the tournament, and so Kenta, Kyoya, Jinga, Ryuga are all in the tournament. There's other people in the tournament, but the only 2 other people that are important to know for the rest of the story are these next 2, which is Yu, who uses Flame Libra, the scale, and Tsubasa, who uses Earth Eagle. It's pretty simple. They're super cool characters. I don't have to go into their backstory, but pretty much Ryuga is terrorizing this entire like he's absolutely like wrecking everyone. He defeats a character that's not important to the story. He defeats Tsubasa, and then he defeats Kyoya. But because El Drago uses so much dark energy and dark power from all the years, it like kind of starts to take over Ryuga, and that's why he's that's
Ryuga?
Yeah, this guy on the top is Ryuga. What? He's kind of being controlled by the darkness.
Okay.
And so he almost like kills Kyoya, and he almost destroys the entire stadium with it.
It feels like Ryuga doesn't belong in this show. Like he's just from a different anime.
So dark. It's like not even funny.
Okay.
Because part of the story too is Doji is like Ryuga's like keeper, I guess, but Ryuga kind of kills Doji with the Beyblade.
Oh my gosh.
Like he kind of destroys him with it. Anyway, so Ryuga's like on a rampage. And so now it's up to Jinga. And Jinga and Ryuga have their final battle. Jinga unleashes his like a special move that's like he hasn't used before, defeats Ryuga and all this power, and Storm Pegasus just disappears. And so it's gone forever. And that's the end of season 1.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's actually like I didn't think of.
Yeah, it's finished its mission.
Is Ryuga dead, or is he's just defeated?
No, Ryuga's not dead.
Does he still have El Drago?
Hold that thought, because
okay, I'll hold that thought.
But he does like so at the end of the battle, Ryuga is like back to normal. He's not in that monster form. He just like walks away, and we don't know what happens to him. And then everyone's all cheering and stuff.
How many seasons are there?
There's 3.
Do we want a short episode? We can have a part 1, and then part 2. We don't have any introductions. We just go to season 2 and season 3.
Sure.
Okay. I like this. This is a good.
Okay.
I'm excited so far.
Well, how long have we been filming?
20 minutes.
Oh, we can finish this one.
We can finish. Yeah, we'll finish this one.
Cool. So, any questions on season 1?
I think. Okay. Let me review.
Okay.
As an uninitiated, so, elephant, not elephant, asteroid.
Yes.
It's a planet. Makes 2 tops. Evil and light.
Yes.
Thousands of years pass by. There's a random village with Storm Pegasus that guards El Drago.
Yes.
And then Ryuga, who comes from like a super different show.
Yeah.
Like breaks the 4th wall and enters this.
He has like hockey or something.
Yeah, he like comes from One Piece or something really random, and he's owned by the Dark Nebulon Corp or whatever. Yeah. And he does he kill his dad?
It's not his dad. It's more just like the boss of the owner of Dark Nebula.
No, sorry.
So this wasn't. This is like doesn't like. This is kind of important to the story. So we thought his dad was dead this whole time.
Okay, Jinga's so it's up in the air. It's up in the air.
What happened was, so Jinga is like trying to do all the qualifiers to be in Battle Bladers. All of a sudden, this dude in a mask shows up, and he has this Beyblade called Burn Fireblaze. It's like a phoenix.
Okay.
Not based off a constellation, however. And so he absolutely destroys Jinga, and then he's like pretty much ruins his chances to qualify. And then Jinga beats him a second time, like their second battle. And then it turns out to be Jinga's dad, and he's like, "I just need to make sure you're ready for the battle to come."
Dang.
So that's how he's like, "You're dead. You're alive." Yeah.
So Ryuga just defeats.
Yeah,
Jenga's
we
dad.
thought he died.
Jenga.
Like Jenga with the I.
Okay. He defeats his dad, takes El Drago, and then eventually goes to this tournament.
Yes.
huge rampage, and then our boy beats him.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
But then Phantom Liberty, no, Stardust Crusade, no, Storm Dragon,
Storm Pegasus.
Storm Pegasus, Storm Pegasus disappears.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we just do a new episode for this one?
No, we can keep going.
Okay. So, season 2 happens. I don't know how much later it is, but it's not too much later. Pretty much, though, there's going to be a world tournament now. This is all in Japan, by the way. The first season was all in Japan.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it all takes place in Japan. And it's actually Japan, too.
Actually Japan,
so
okay.
So each country needs to come up with a team of 4 people, 3 main people, and then 1 person that's like the sub. And so Jinga automatically qualifies the team because he won Battle Bladers. Problem, he doesn't have a Beyblade anymore. Storm Pegasus is gone. So he gets this one. Come to find out that Storm Pegasus isn't the real one that was made from the meteorite.
What?
It was actually this one called Galaxy Pegasus, and it was lost. And Storm Pegasus was created as a replica to Galaxy Pegasus. And so Jinga finds Galaxy Pegasus somehow. There's people looking at us through the window. Now I'm ashamed. No, I'm kidding.
Did you have a freaking Beyblade thing?
I'm like, no, it's important. I don't know, some people. Anyways,
probably people.
He has Galaxy Pegasus, and his Galaxy Pegasus is pretty much the better version of Storm Pegasus, and it's really cool. No, anyways, he also meets this character named Masamune, who has this Beyblade called Ray Striker. So he has Pegasus, and Striker is a unicorn. I don't know why. It's just like the parallel is amazing. And Masamune just bursts to the scene, and no one really knows who he is, and he's really good at Beyblade. But he can't. He wants to defeat Jinga, and that's like his like.
I bet he's an ancient civilization person.
No, not at all. Actually,
dang it.
He's just really good at Beyblade.
Okay.
Kind of a natural. Anyways, Masamune kind of like bursts to the scene. He beats a couple people, and then he ends up being on Team Japan. So Team Japan is made up of Jinga, Masamune, and Tsubasa of Eagle, and then Yu is the what was that?
I can't remember.
Oh, Flame Libra.
Flame Libra.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Yu is really strong. He's like a kid. He's like a prodigy, but he's like the substitute.
Okay.
Anyways, this girl is like, she's kind of like the tech. She's important to the story, but she doesn't do anything. She doesn't have a Beyblade. Anyway, so they go to the world tournament.
Okay.
And keep in mind, let me see, what's the first thing? So the first team they fight is Team China. And pretty much this character is also a really cool looking character. His name is Deshayan. And the only thing you need to know is that Deshayan comes up later in the story.
Okay.
But they fight Deshayan. He uses one called Rock Zarafa.
That's awesome.
The giraffe. Anyways, they defeat them.
Okay.
They also, so you might notice Kyoya.
Yeah.
He was asked to be on Team Japan, but he declined because he wanted to face Jinga again. And so Team Africa had open enrollment almost, where anyone can be on Team Africa and represent it. So Kyoya went to Africa
for the whole continent.
Yeah,
they just have one for the entire continent.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. And they don't even have Africans on it. They just have random people.
Well, they have this guy is supposed to be Egyptian.
Okay,
this guy in the back is supposed to be African, and this guy with the mask, he's a character in the first season, but he's like Kyoya's lackey, but he pretends to be someone else, but everyone knows it's him. It's kind of like Sniper King in One Piece's.
Okay.
It's kind of like that. But not nearly as cool.
Oh
so Kyoya is on Team Africa. Him and Jinga have they're rivals, and they have a cool battle.
Sure.
Yada yada. Jinga and them evidently win. And then there's Team EU from Europe, which is
another continent. Okay.
Yeah, it's not really that much of a world tournament. Yeah, so it's led by this guy named Julian Concert, who's like the rich preppy boy. He's excelled at everything in life, and he has this Beyblade called Gravity Destroyer.
What
and the crazy thing about Gravity Destroyer is that it can spin both right and left.
So it's better than El Drago. Kind of.
You would think. It's cool because it can go both ways. And so up until now, El Drago was the only left spinning Beyblade until Destroyer bursts the scene. They defeat them.
How does the real top work? Does it randomly turn left or right, or can you?
There's the way this one's built, you just have to use it because the way the left launcher works, it just goes the other way, so you just have to use the left spinning launcher. You don't have to do anything else to it. Because it's this one is extremely symmetrical.
Sure.
So it can go either way. But yeah, this team was a really hard one to beat. But the antagonist of this whole story is unfortunately Team USA, which is
okay.
Yeah, so there's a third member, but he's not really that important. It's really mained by these two, which is Jack, who has Evil Befall, which is a peacock.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and he's pretty cool. And then Damien is the main one, the main bad guy. He uses Hades Kerbex, or the Cerberus.
They both look like Americans.
Yeah.
I've seen kids dressed like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hades Kerbecs.
Hades Kerbecs.
That
And they are part of a corporate. Let me see. Do I have here? Yes, they're part of this corporation called Hades Inc., which is like a branch off of Dark Nebula from the last season.
So it's like the American branch.
Yeah.
I assume Dark Nebula is
Japan,
Japanese.
yeah.
Okay.
But like these guys, this guy's name is Dr. Ziggurat, and what he's doing is with these other two. Oh, wrong one. These other two, he kind of puts them in like this chamber that like art gives them power to be stronger. I don't know how that works, but it's like a big deal. It's like steroids almost.
It's like
it's like doping them up.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a way. And so they're so strong that the dude that uses Gravity Destroyer, Damien, absolutely like wrecks him. Like Jinga had a hard time against him, but he wrecks him so much to the point where he like looks like this, and he like ends up joining their team because he's like so scared of them now. That's how strong
the EU guy.
Yeah, the EU ends up joining the American. Like he ends up like joining them because he's so.
Does nationality not matter here?
Not to him. He was
okay.
He was that scared of this dude.
Okay.
Anyways, so the Japan team is facing the American team, but the problem is Tsubasa and Yu get absolutely like wrecked because Damien like ambushes them, and so now it's just Jinga and Masamune, and the battles are best 2 out of 3 in this whole tournament, and so there's only 2 of them, and Masamune loses his first battle to the third member of their team, and so now one of them has to fight again, and it has to be against Jack. Then bursts the scene in literally a meteor, like Jinga's about to go fight and has to do 2 in a row. In a meteor, our great king Ryuga, like comes down.
Oh my gosh,
he has a
so
new Beyblade.
Much cooler than everyone.
He has a new Beyblade called Meteo El Drago.
What?
Which
How?
is so cool. So what happened is Ryuga didn't like that he was like controlled by the darkness, so he like made it a goal this entire time to overcome it, and so he trained inside a volcano. And overcame it and unleashed El Drago's true power, which is Meteo El Drago. And so now his dragon is red instead of purple.
Oh
and he faces Jack. And that's where that cool scene comes because it can still steal power where he purposely didn't use the power yet until the very end. And so Jack thought he was about to win, and then El Drago started spinning again. And then he defeats him with like ease.
Which team is he on? Is Ryuga?
None. So what happened is there's rules where like they can have someone like sub in cases like but they didn't know anyone at the time because everyone else was like they were either unqualified because they participated in like the qualifying tournaments or they participated in tournaments somehow. But Ryuga didn't do anything, and so he was like, "Oh, technically he can he qualifies to be the sub in this situation." And so he represented Team Japan. He defeats Jack, leaves, and so now it's just Jinga and Damien.
Oh, Ryuga just shows up, beats him, and then walks away.
Yeah.
Does he even consider the main character like a rival?
Yeah, well, Jinga's the only person up until the 3rd season to ever defeat Ryuga. So Ryuga does respect Jinga, but Jinga also only it's crazy because Jinga only has ever beaten Ryuga once, and they've battled 4 times.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
okay,
it's like, yeah, Jinga's the only one that's beaten him. That's normal. But yeah, so Jinga, long story short, defeats Damien.
Okay,
but the story is not done in season 2 because Dr. Ziggurat has a bigger plan. Is that what he's trying to do with the program, like the doping program and stuff, is he creates this Beyblade and this other blader who is non-relevant named Twisted Tempo.
Okay.
And pretty much this Beyblade doesn't stop spinning, but it creates so much energy that it creates this floating city. It powers this floating city, and then it creates so much energy that it like has a blast that absolutely just nukes everything in like level a city.
So they made a top that's a nuke.
Pretty much, yeah. So this one, like the spin force, like it creates so much energy that it levels a city. And so now Jinga and them have to try to stop it.
Okay.
But then, do I have it next? Yes. Then Damien, Jack, and then Julian from the EU team like have to try to stop Jinga and his friends. And so these 3 people stay behind, which was really dope. So Deshayan from Team China stays behind and fights Julian. Tsubasa stays behind and fights Jack. And then Kiyoya fights Damien. And they all win, which was really dope.
So there's no good Americans, or
there was the 3rd member of this team. He ends up becoming a good guy, but he doesn't do anything.
That's whatever.
Really cool. His name's Zio.
That's something.
And Zio, like the 3rd member, him and Masamune were like childhood best friends. And then the dude that uses this Beyblade is also their childhood friend. So there's like 3 of them. but they don't really play a role later on, so I don't really include them in this.
It's pretty cool that like everyone like stays behind to like fight these guys.
Yeah, this one, Deshine was the coolest because Julian was trying to stop him, and then he like ran, and then Deshine is just sitting. Like everyone goes, and there's like, "Where's Deshine?" He's just sitting on the stairs, just waiting for him.
Awesome.
Because when Team China and Team EU were supposed to fight, Team EU won 2-3, like the first two, and so Deshine was never able to fight Julian, and so he's like, "We still need to fight. We still need to battle." And Deshine beats him, and Deshine's probably my second favorite behind Ryuga.
That's awesome.
He just looks cool. He's just cool. And then Ryuga shows up again, and that's the scene I showed you where Ryuga fires it at the city and just absolutely just like wrecks the city. And
so he's doing a good thing.
Yeah, and that floating city is this one in question.
So it's not a bunch of people don't live on that city. It's just a floating weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There might be other people.
I thought he just like murked a random.
No.
Okay,
it's the evil guys, and so because Ryuga's all pissed because he thinks that they're all fake bladers. Like he's like they're not using their own strength to fight, and so that's why he intervenes in the first place. And so like when he defeats Jack, he walks away. It's actually this scene right here. I just didn't have a scene from when he actually helped them out. He like tells Jinga, he's like, I won't have you lose to these fake bladers. You hear me?
Dang.
And Jinga wins. Anyway, so Jinga and Ryuga team up and destroy the generator that powers the city, and they save the day. And that's season 2. And we have one more, and this one has the most lore.
I'm so excited.
It's really weird.
I'm so excited.
How long have we been filming?
31 minutes.
Oh wait, are you just gonna cut this episode in half? Like we're not gonna stop?
I'm gonna stop, and then we'll just keep.
So we're just keep talking right now, and then you'll fix it later.
No, I'm gonna stop it right now.
Okay.
And then turn it on again, and then we talk like nothing happened.
Okay. Cool.
I guess we can. No, we'll have a mini introduction. Because it have been several, it may be 1 or 2 weeks
I'll just
between.
keep this recording then.
Yeah, keep that recording. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
But thank you guys so much for listening to Jared's.
Yeah, this is part 1 of the Beyblade series.
Beyblade, and we're going to finish it all with the real meat and potatoes.
Season 3, which has the craziest lore.
I'm so excited.
I think it has the craziest lore. But love you guys.
Bye.